Ladies and gentlemen, it is the award season. It's time for the Oscars very soon. So, who do you think is the worst CCP shill? The Westerner who lives in the People's Republic of China, absolutely loathes the West, loves Xi Jinping, and says everything bad happens in America and everything is wonderful in China. Please don't get me wrong, there are some wonderful things that do happen in China, but these will always blame the West when something goes wrong. We have 5 nominees and we'll be running down the top 5. These are the people. First of all, we have Mr. Mario, an Italian-American who's lived in China for 22 years. The next one is a British gentleman called Barrett, Lee Barrett, who lives in Shenzhen, who recently came back to China after escaping the lockdown. Next one is Jason Lightfoot, who lives in the 5th most poorest city possibly in China as he keeps on rabbiting on. And we have Jerry Good from South Africa. And finally, we have Mr. Andy from New Zealand, who works for Shanghai Report, or a Shanghai newspaper. All of them just hates the West, but go there quite freely when they want to escape the problems in China. Are you ready for the countdown of who is the worst shill in the People's Republic of China? Let's get into it right now. After many hours of research, number 5 worst shill in China is Lee Barrett. And why is he bottom of the barrel? Well, basically, he talks about harmless rubbish and no one really believes him. So, this is the latest report from Lee Barrett.
Impose sanctions against countries based on these human rights abuses, alleged human rights abuses.
It really is a big load of cobswallop. But who is at number 4? From South Africa, it's Mr. Jerry Good, who doesn't even know the right fighter plane, the F-52, not the F-22, that shot down the Chinese surveillance balloon. Congratulations, Jerry, you are number 4.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Listen. After the spy balloon saga that was happening in
And at number 3, the person who tries to be sarcastic and fails miserably, near enough on everything he does, basically gets a bucket load of money from the CCP saying all the propaganda and saying America is rubbish and everything in China is fantastic. It belongs to Mr. Jason Lightfoot. And again, spy balloons come into question.
Breaking news story just in. China spy balloon is spying on America from the skies.
Okay, we get into the number 2 slot and it goes to Mr. Ma Adventures, the Italian-American who's been in China for the last 2 decades plus, where he says on June the 6th, 1989, it didn't happen.
Because there was no Tiananmen Square massacre. It's a lie!
I do believe he is on a losing battle. which means the number one position goes to, from New Zealand, the most subjective and you could even say most awful person in the world because he doesn't like The Simpsons, wins the worst CCP shill in 2022-2023. Congratulations, Andy. It all goes to you.
An episode of The Simpsons, a US cartoon series which by all accounts hasn't been funny for decades, was not included in the episode list of a streaming service in Hong Kong, according to Reuters. Walt Disney Co. has excluded the episode titled One Angry Lisa, which first aired in the US last October. The episode in question sees one of the show's characters refer to China as being home to forced labour camps where children make smartphones. I mean, I just don't really get it. Is that meant to be funny or smart? I don't know, maybe it's a dig at Apple who have the vast majority of their iPhones made here in China. Keep in mind that The Simpsons, which has run for more than 3 decades and was recently renewed, hasn't been funny or relevant for at least 20 years. And by the looks of this episode, that isn't going to change anytime soon.
So, ladies and gentlemen, out of those 5 despicable people who sold their soul to Xi Jinping and the Communist Party of China, who do you think is the worst one? Is it Jason? Is it Jerry? Is it Lee? Is it Andy? Or is it Mr. Mario Ma? The choice is yours. Please leave a comment in the section below. But let me leave you with some comedy. Well, a little bit of comedy from The Simpsons, which in my heart will always be great comedy. If you open your eyes and open your mind, there's always humour in the world. And The Simpsons just do it in a way that does please millions and millions of people around the world. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
Oh, look at him sleeping. He's like a little angel that killed 50 million people. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.